Rohit Sharma at the top of the order, getting 23 with the bat. But Hardik Pandya there stealing the show, 50 not out of 27. And of course, supported by Shivam Dube, who was due a knock as well, 34 off 24 for him. Rishabh Pant getting 36. Bowling mein agar aap aaye, Bangladesh ki Tanzeem picking up a couple of wickets. Rashad Hussain has bowled great in this World Cup so far. Two wickets again for him today in his 3 overs, supported by Shakib picking up a wicket as well. But it was the Indian bowlers who did their job so beautifully. Bangladesh batters, Najmul Hassan Chanto, the captain, top scoring with 40, Tanzeed with 29, Rishad playing an all-rounders knock, 24 from his bat. But Kuldeep Yadav, who was brought into the 11 against the match against Afghanistan, once again was retained for this match as well. 3 wickets for him in his 4 overs, complemented beautifully by Bumrah. 2 wickets for him, 2 for Arshdeep. And in the end, Bangladesh just couldn't establish a partnership big enough to get them to the line. And in the end, India winning the match by 50 runs. That's what the match looks like, the match card looks like.
We have seen the game.
All the viewers haven't seen the game, just refreshing it a little bit for them before we throw all of that data to you.
Well,
back
let
to
alone,
you.
Roha, can I ask you guys a question, all of you? They had a 1 match winner in the bowling pace attack, Bumrah. One of the best top-notch fast bowler entirely in this whole planet, right? Now, again, another threat comes in, India was lacking. They needed another match winner as a spinner. Kuldeep comes in. Here you go. That's it. You're done. If Australia is going to beat India, they have to navigate Kuldeep and Aksha like there is no tomorrow. And they're going to give them a run for the money. But, you know, again, they look at the bowling side. It just looks so complete. I don't know why. I never knew why Kuldeep is not been a part of the Indian squad permanently for 1,000 of years. I mean, he's been dropped for like, I mean, what, 1.5 years or something like that. So I'm amazed this guy has the ability to take wickets, Aaron. He win matches, he can bat as well. And someone like Hardik Pandya, he can get the breakthrough. But this guy, he actually can turn the games around for you. And he's a very difficult, unorthodox left-arm leg spinner. So India looks a very complete side. All they just need to do is after this, today, to bring what? Jigra. Against Australia, I'm telling you this is going to be a final before the final. I'm telling you right now, if you not need to win the final, this is the final. Win it. To earn it, you need to win this. If somebody can crack the code of beating Australia, there's one team. Either is it England, who plays ruthlessly, but we don't know where they're heading towards. And second is, I have high hopes with India. Please break the spell. So beat Australia.
You get a situation as well where, because they are both in the same group, they could play each other just about back-to-back as well. They play each other in the group stages and then have to face off again in a semi-final. So whatever happens, whoever wins has to back that performance up again as well. And both those sides are so strong with so much guile about them. I think beating either one of them twice in a row would be exceptionally difficult. So something else that might come into play as well. And such an interesting point you make about the Akshar Patel Kuldeep Yadav situation too. Kuldeep, since he came into the side, has been absolutely exceptional. And
but do you see the difference, Aaron? Do you see the difference or not?
Yeah, very different.
You're covering cricket for left, right, centre.
Of course.
Why hasn't been in this part of the squad?
Well, let me tell you one thing. Like he was doing well when he started his cricket, but technically he was failing to perform in many games. Then what they did, they bring him out from that international stage. They ask him to do work on his technique. He worked really hard for 1 year or nearly, I don't know, like 1 year or some other, maybe 1.5 years. He went into the National Cricket Academy. He worked on his technique because he was falling over. He was not bringing the right revolution of the ball onto it. So that's what he said. Like, you know, he worked really hard on his technique, got his confidence back, and once he got the confidence back, then they brought him back in the 50 overs.
Again, the management.
Yeah, the management. That's what I'm saying. They looked after the player very well.
Sorry, I had to poke him. Sorry.
So let me ask you, Professor, if we get a situation,
right management.
If we get a situation and in conditions which probably ask for an extra fast bowler rather than going with a couple of spinners, are you taking Akshar or are you taking Kuldeep based on the form that we've seen?
I will go with Kuldeep because he can give me middle over wickets in this format. So why not to take? Like, I will not think about Akshar Patel's ability to bat at number 8.
Oh no.
I'm as a captain will ask my bowler to give me 3 wickets. in the middle stage so I can win game.
And because Hardik Pandya is back in the runs as well, you almost don't need to be able to bat as deep as what Kuldeep may have to offer you, I suppose. And it's such another incredible performance by Kung Fu Panda once again today. Player of the match performance for him. India were kind of lulling a little bit when he came to the crease, Marty, and he just absolutely smoked it pretty much from ball one. It's a much stronger batting unit when he's making runs, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. It just adds a bit of depth, and I mean, we all know what he can do with the
If we get a situation and in conditions which probably ask for an extra fast bowler rather than going with a couple of spinners, are you taking Akshar or are you taking Kuldeep based on the form that we've seen?
I will go with Kuldeep because he can give me middle over wickets in this format. So why not to take? I will not think about Akshar Patel's ability to bat at number 8.
Oh no.
I'm as a captain will ask my bowler to give me 3 wickets in the middle stage so I can win game.
And because Hardik Pandya is back in the runs as well, you almost don't need to be able to bat as deep as what Kuldeep may have to offer you, I suppose. And it's such another incredible performance by Kung Fu Panda once again today. Player of the match performance for him. India were kind of lulling a little bit when he came to the crease, Marty, and he just absolutely smoked it pretty much from ball one. It's a much stronger batting unit when he's making runs, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. It just adds a bit of depth, and I mean, we all know what he can do with the bat. He's pretty simple. He just stands there and swings the bat. I mean, there's nothing overly complicated about it. Just watches the ball nice and hard, and then just tries to play the correct shot. And the impressive thing is he took down Mustafiza, who's not easy as a right-hander to do. A couple of edges there, that can happen in cricket. Can't Shoiab as a bowler. But I mean, that's just a fantastic shot. That, I mean, to be able to get up, underneath the ball to get it over short third man there is an impressive
Marty,
shot.
can I add the question?
Yeah.
Does this guy reminds you a little bit of yourself? That he stands and deliver, clear his front foot, and then he whacks it. I mean, do you see the similar kind of technique with yourself? No, honestly.
If I'm trying to power hit, maybe, yeah. Not in the general sort of batting sense.
What do you used to do? What do you used to do? When you used to face the situation like this, or the bowlers like this, and when you power hit the people, what do you used to do?
So if I'm power hitting, I'll actually go deep in my crease, sort of cover my stumps, and then open, to try and, if the ball's landing about the crease there, if I'm deep in my crease, I can still get enough bat on that to be able to hit hard enough down the ground.
Okay.
If I'm batting normally over the crease, I can't get under it. I can't get any power on it. So I'm
so
trying
what
to get
is
deep.
he doing?
He's just standing very still. He does stand quite deep, and then he just stands with the bat up, and then he just hits the ball. He's got such a good eye, such good power for he's a very slight guy, but he's got great power for being someone who is not very big. So.
Good bat swing.
Good bat swing.
Good reflexes.
Yeah.
Good connect to the ball.
Yeah. That is more important.
That is more important.
Very important.
Elaborate.
Even though if you have a power in your body,
yes,
and you don't middle the ball well, if you don't time it well, there's no point of just hitting the ball hard. It's all about your timing. I learned that way in my own cricket, and I've seen some of the greats of the game doing that thing. Without losing a shape, just time the ball in a right way, and then you get the maximum.
Sorry, I'm taking your jobs away.
But there's also times when you are strong.
Do you guys?
If you don't quite get the ball, can still go. Say like a Marcus Stoinis.
Okay.
Completely different. He's got a great bat swing as well. But he is just a different type of hitter. He's strong. He's powerful. He doesn't need to hit the ball out of the middle for it to
where I'm
get
taking
physical
you
build
is, sorry,
as well,
yeah.
but the result is still the same if the timing's there, that whip through the arms, that you can generate power in different ways, can't you?
I just want to dig more. In terms of I want a youngster to learn this. How much is necessary to understand the game plan as a batsman, what he's doing? Does he know the surrounding? What is happening around him? What he needs to be done?
Probably the most important part.
Yeah. Can you elaborate that?
If you don't know what the won the game situation is to how to play in that situation, then you probably don't deserve to be in the team.
Yeah.
If you don't deserve to be in a team.
Sure.
If you don't understand the situation.
If you don't understand the situation.
If you don't perform under the given conditions, under the given situation of the game, if you want to perform by your own way, but sometimes you do miss that situation of the game, what requires the most at that time. Maybe that time you need to have a good rotation of strike.
And he knows that?
He knows that. Right.
He knows that?
He's got...
What number did he comes on
number
the
5,
bat?
number 6, I think.
6. He understands the number 6 batsman. He understands that what he needs to be done to win games.
Yeah.
Guys, just like clarifying for you. Aaron, it's very simple for our youngsters to learn.
And as a number 6 as well, you are expected to go from ball 1, so you don't have time to kind of get your eye in. The expectation is that you can come in and hit boundaries. And, you know, if the Fizz is bowling at you, say 135, 140 clicks an hour, Marty, how is that reaction time to come in from ball 1, 0.4, 0.5 of a second reaction in order to get your eye in, see ball, hit ball, clear the boundary? The way that these guys come in and are able to finish games consistently is such a skill, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's something that you have to learn. Yeah. You know, when you're in that situation, you're not going to do it. You're not going to execute it every time. But the more you're in that situation, and the more you get the understanding of how to play in that situation, you start to be able to execute it. You know, 3, 4, 5, 6 times out of 10, and then goes up to 8 and 9 times out of 10. And you know, that one time that you fail, you go and reflect and go, okay, why didn't I come off in that situation? And you know, then you come back and you're better off for it next time. You go out and you get back to winning games.
Do you
and
see
to do
any
this
kind of
work,
in Pakistan
you train
team
yourself.
that can
Because
match
in the
Hardik Pandya? Sorry. Do you see any batsman who's doing the same job for Pakistan team as number 6?
No.
Like Hardik Pandya?
So far, I haven't seen anyone doing that thing because they never wanted to train themselves
अच्छा,
accordingly.
मुझे पहले दूसरी बात बता कि tell me last match how many scored he runs? How many runs he scored?
Who, Hardik?
Hardik.
I think he scored some.
He was in
decent
40s
as
again.
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
decent.
Before that, he was in 40s again. Today, he's in the 50s again. This is the most difficult position to bat in. Ask him. They both batted at number 6. They only have about 6 to 7 hours to play around with. Is that true?
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
And
They had to perform.
reflecting on this knock at the end of the match, Rohit Sharma himself, he said that one guy who got that 50 for us took us to 197, but in T20s, 50s and 100s don't matter. And there's a big thing coming from the captain after the game where that 50 put them to that spot. But then once again, he reminded everybody that every batter understands their role, whether it's coming in at number 3 or coming in at number 8.
एक बात तो वही होगी कि अब्दुल्ला कह रहा था तो आपको समझ नहीं आई, रोहित ने कहते तो आपको समझ आ गई कि ये 50 और 100 और 5 विकेटें दूर हो गई हैं। क्रिकेट में ये नहीं चाहिए, अब चाहिए इम्पैक्ट। आप कितने इम्पैक्टफुल वे में परफॉर्मेंस देते हैं। आप थोड़े लेस कंसिस्टेंट, जो कल भी बात हुई है, थोड़े कम कंसिस्टेंट हो सकते हैं, लेकिन मोर इम्पैक्टफुल होना जरूरी है। तो आज के गेम के अंदर जो रोहित बात कर रहा है वो सेल्फलेस अप्रोच की बात कर रहा है। वो कह रहा है कम आउट ऑफ दैट 50, 100, 5 विकेट, जस्ट डू द वर्क फॉर द टीम, व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड एट दैट पर्टिकुलर पीरियड
He
ऑफ टाइम।
himself embodies that, right?
Yeah,
when
embodies
he's
that,
batting. But let's talk about his partner on the other end, Virat Kohli, because he has been struggling for runs. We talked about the reasons. Today he
What are the reasons, you tell me?
Because of the conditions, the tricky conditions where what we discussed was that he wasn't getting the best off of
What
them.
kind of difficulty
Neither
is
was
facing as a batsman?
Rohit Sharma.
Tell me, what's happening?
I don't know.
Well, he's
personally,
getting the ball on the bat. Is that true?
If
Like
we
if
could
you
also
will-
take a look at
what's
his
happening?
knock today while you discuss.
no, he's a
what's
special
happening.
player. We all know that. Like he's one of the great of the game playing this format at the moment. But you know, changing his position and asking him to do the role which he never done that before in his whole career. Yes, he can. But I would like to see him number 3 batsman for India.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I'm not taking things away from anyone else. But Dubey, to me, watching him, he doesn't impress me that much the way Jaiswal did. Because to me, Jaiswal is a quality batsman who can lead India for another 10 to 15 years. Then why not to give him a go with one of the great of the game, Rohit Sharma, as an opener? And if Rohit gets out, the way he's playing, selfless approach towards start of the innings, and then Virat Kohli can guide him how to bat long innings. So I personally feel there has to be Jaiswal into the team,
Very
not
valid
Dubey.
point.
And he had a lot of experience through other.
And Virat has to bat at number 3 to me.
Yeah.
And then you will see a different Virat Kohli. The
And
one
I
Virat
agree
Kohli,
with
we all know him.
And Jaiswal
agree.
batted
This is
with-
my way of understanding. I don't know what Martin thinks
Martin,
about it.
what's
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying, and we have seen how good Virat Kohli has been at number 3 throughout his career. It doesn't matter what format. I mean, he averages about 60 or something in one day cricket batting at 3. You know, tens of thousands of runs,
Yes.
50, hundreds. He's just an incredible player, and just looks to me like he's trying to overhit the ball when he's opening the batting. He's trying to make use of those conditions, which is what you want to do as an opener. But he can do that batting normally. He doesn't need to run down the wicket and hit the ball for 6.
Yeah, he can play run a ball,
Exactly.
and then he can accelerate later on.
I think the way that he plays, he's going to strike at 140 without having to run down the wicket and hit it back over the bowler's head. He's just that good a player. He's able to manipulate the ball to wherever he wants. I like the option of him opening.
Yeah.
But I've seen what he does at number 3 as well, and it's, you know, he can guide the team through situations from number 3.
100%.
He will be able to succeed it as an opener if he bats the way he usually does.
Yeah.
Right.
And Punt can bat lower if need be as
yeah.
well.
Oh.
That's
Can
it.
easily.
Obviously he was.
And
You know,
occupying
in Caribbean, left and right walk combination is very important because of the wind factor there. So if you have Rishabh Pant and also Jadeja, who can bat any time as a middle order batsman, along with the Sky and also Hardik Pandya, what else you required?
But it's interesting that India were set on continuing this opening pair right from the start of this World Cup. Captain Rohit Sharma said that, you know, the opening pair will stay the same and the rest of the batters will revolve, will shuffle according to the conditions given. Let's see how